Hey guys, welcome to another Morris Method video coming to you to talk about perceived effort versus actual effort. What I want you to understand in this quick video is why it's probably not a good idea for you to be trusting what you think your perceived effort is. Now, if you're into endurance training, most likely you're going to be wanting to work on your aerobic conditioning. Unfortunately, in the experience that I have with working with many people all over Australia, is that a lot of people don't focus on the foundation. They don't focus on what actually realistically matters. Now, if you think about a half marathon, 10K distance, Ironmans, triathlons, these are endurance sports. These are aerobic specific sports, meaning that you're probably going to want to spend the majority of your time in the aerobic zone. Now, where your perceived effort comes into it is that you probably don't want to just rely on how you're feeling. So most people think that to do an aerobic run or to do an aerobic ride, you've just got to be in an easy or comfortable state. Now, when your body actually starts to work out and when your heart rate starts to lift, you're going to put up a whole bunch of coping mechanisms to actually deal with that stress that you're going to do. Adrenaline rush, namely speaking, one. To give you a bit of a clue, just think about a good adrenaline rush that you get while you're working out. Runners high, runners flow, cycling flow, all those sort of things that can experience. That's actually your body's way of dealing with the stress that you're actually under. So by just relying on perceived effort or just thinking by how you're feeling, most of the time you're probably actually working out a lot harder than you technically should be to be in aerobic zone. So what I would highly recommend you do is make sure that you understand the difference between perceived effort, what you think is actually easy, and what you actually know is in your aerobic conditioning zone. Okay, now there's lots of different ways to find out what your aerobic zone is. If you think you need a bit of a hand, feel free, put a comment down below and I'll soon help you out. But otherwise, if you are going to try and work on your fitness, know what you're doing. Don't just necessarily jump in and try and think your way through an aerobic conditioning type program, because most likely it's not going to happen. And anyone that I've ever worked with, whenever we put out there to go and work at an easy perceived effort, most of the time their heart rate gets kicked up, the fun factor starts to take over, the group environment starts to take over, and you end up working out just slightly hard, and therefore there goes your aerobic conditioning workout. Anyway, food for thought. Are you working at your actual aerobic zone, or is it perceived aerobic zone, meaning that most likely you're probably sugar burning and back up in that nice anaerobic stage? Anyway, guys, have a think about it. If you need help, reach out, put a comment below, and I'll soon get back to you. Thanks, guys.